The world is controlled by shadowy elites and shape-shifting lizard people.
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 conspiracy theories of the century so far.
Check this out. Take a look at this.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most bizarre and popular conspiracy theories that dominated the headlines of the 21st century so far. Do you theorize that we missed something? Let us know in the comments below.
If you like what you're hearing, be sure to check out the full song at the link below.
Number 10. New World Order. While this theory has been around a long time, it's continued to pick up momentum in the 21st century. Believers argue that despite the apparent disarray of national and global politics, the world is dancing to the tune of a single clandestine cabal.
They run the media, control the banks, invent wars, and want to start a one-world government.
Or at least, it soon will be. It's a sort of meta-theory that's able to integrate many others and provide a single explanation for world events. Oh, and according to some, NWO headquarters are below Denver Airport. The word is that the Illuminati, Freemasons, or shape-shifting lizard people reside in the tunnels below.
Well, one may say these are the type of visitors that we have underground in our facility.
We wonder if that's where a lot of celebrities hang out, since, you know, they're all in the Illuminati.
It sounds very crowded.
It does. How would they all fit with all the maintenance crews? I don't know.
Number 9. Fake snow. We have TikTok to thank for this next theory. Just this year, someone had the idea to put a lighter to a snowball, and they were surprised to find that it didn't melt, but burned instead.
You'll see, it's not melting.
What the hell?
And it's going to burn.
No way.
Snow don't burn.
People began taking to social media and declaring that the snow was fake, manufactured by none other than billionaire Bill Gates in conjunction with the Chinese government to somehow benefit from this.
Highest setting hot. Not melting.
The process is actually just sublimation, which is when a solid skips turning into a liquid and goes straight to a gas. But that's not nearly as fun.
What's going on? Well, we're adding energy to this snow, and it's undergoing something called sublimation. That's what happens when you skip the liquid step of water and you go straight to a gas.
Number 8. The FDA has the cure for cancer. This next theory is logical in at least one premise. It is true that Big Pharma, or the global pharmaceutical industry, has a reputation for hiking up their prices to make a profit.
Martin Shkreli is the former CEO of Turing Pharmaceutical, who's responsible for hiking the price of at least one drug by 5,000%.
Conspiracy theorists therefore latched onto the idea that it actually has discovered a cure for cancer already, but withholds it from the public in order to continue selling overpriced drugs.
Has the pharmaceutical industry's thirst for profit become a threat to our public health systems?
We're not going to defend Big Pharma, but we are going to point out that keeping a secret of that caliber is not only supervillain level stuff, but would also be next to impossible to manage.
Apparently, it's a big deal. People are calling it the crime of the century and stuff like that. But, am I upset? No, I am not. A little.
Number 7. Chemtrails. One of the more popular conspiracies on the list, many people believe that the streaks left behind by airplanes are chemicals designed for a variety of functions, including sterilization, mind control, or weather control.
Followers convinced something evil and secret is going on.
See, and look at. It's got that pattern.
Theorists point towards these exhaust trails as visual evidence of this poisoning, but science again explains this phenomenon, which is actually just caused by gases cooling enough to condense into clouds.
The water vapor molecules latch onto the particles like carbon, allowing the water in its gas form to collect into floating bits of liquid, or, because it's so cold, tiny ice crystals.
If a mass conspiracy was at hand, any researchers or universities would be eager to unveil such a massive cover-up. But so far, no one has blown the whistle.
There'd have to be thousands of people involved to move that much material. And to do that, those thousands of people would have to have some idea what was going on. And all of this would have to do something that was horrible. And there's sort of no chance that somebody wouldn't speak out with high-quality evidence.
Number 6, vaccines cause autism. This conspiracy has always been popular, but experienced a resurgence for obvious reasons since the emergence of COVID-19.
A vaccine may be with us, but it comes with a flare-up in the age-old struggle with anti-vaxxers, whose damaging narratives appear to be growing in strength.
Many people believe that vaccines cause a variety of disorders, especially autism.
Without a doubt in my mind, I believe vaccinations triggered Evan's autism. So I think they need to wake up and stop hurting our kids.
This conspiracy was born by a since-retracted 1998 paper that links the two, but it was afterwards Britain's General Medical Council determines that lead scientist Andrew Wakefield acted unethically towards the children of the study and accepted money from lawyers who were at the time in dispute with vaccine manufacturers.
The doctor who started all this in the late 90s has been thoroughly discredited. He's actually barred from practicing medicine from Britain because he made up his numbers.
Nevertheless, a mistrust of vaccines has continued to plague the world despite the fact that many are mandatory to attend school in the first place. Number 5. Jeffrey Epstein was killed. This might be the most widely believed conspiracy on the list, as only a small percentage of Americans believe Jeffrey Epstein took his own life. But it is nonetheless a theory due to lack of evidence.
The disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein is dead. Epstein took his own life while behind bars here in New York City, while facing charges of sex trafficking.
Convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein was found dead in his prison cell while he was awaiting trial for sex trafficking, and authorities, along with the New York City medical examiner, declared his death was caused by hanging.
Was he killed? Was there a hideout? Did, one of these powerful men pay a prison guard to kill him?
Due to many mishaps by the justice system, however, many believe he was silenced by powerful people so he couldn't talk.
We are now learning of serious irregularities at this facility that are deeply concerning and demand a thorough investigation.
It's a compelling case, but there's nothing conclusive pointing to foul play. Number 4. The Earth is flat. Nowhere near a new theory, it nonetheless has remained popular in the 21st century despite photographic evidence to the contrary. Some prominent celebrities have backed the conspiracy, claiming that the Earth is not a sphere like the Sun and Moon are, but rather it is flat and stationary in space.
You went on a podcast and you said you believe the Earth was flat. Do you want to reel that in, or you still believe the Earth is flat?
The scientist Eratosthenes actually measured the Earth's circumference around 240 BC by measuring the angle of shadows on the surface of the Earth.
How could it be, Eratosthenes asked, that at the same instant there was no shadow at Syene and a very substantial shadow at Alexandria?
However, even with contemporary science, the belief remains. Other theorists contend that the Earth is not flat, but hollow, with an entire civilization living inside our planet.
Some ancient astronaut theorists say yes, and suggest that according to our earliest mythologies, an other Earth might not be found in the heavens, but deep within our own planet.
Number 3. 5G causes diseases. 5G refers to the 5th generation of broadband cellular network technology. This has us asking, what's so sketchy about the number 5? No one had any issues with 4G, but 5G seems to be the harbinger of diseases, like the coronavirus, according to some.
Has retirement made you go completely insane?
No, but the 5G radio waves in the air have, which you can read all about in my new manifesto, available on Kindle.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Conspiracy theorists claim that 5G wireless technology in cell phones somehow transmits deadly diseases, such as cancer, to those around them. Part of the belief is somewhat rational, as 5G does emit radiation, albeit a harmless kind.
Fortunately, 5G radiation is non-ionizing, completely different to radiation from the sun or from X-rays.
Nonetheless, some have jumped to the conclusion that 5G is the culprit of COVID, going so far as to tear down and vandalize 5G towers.
For police in Quebec, this has fast become a familiar sight. A cellular tower set ablaze. In 1 week, police responded to 7 similar fires, all targeting cell towers.
Number 2. COVID-19 was engineered by the media. 2020 was not only a breeding ground for the COVID virus, but for conspiracies surrounding the virus itself.
The advantage of saying false things is they don't have to be true, and so you can make them nice, easy, pat stories that are really comforting to believe. And that's what makes it really difficult to fight back against.
Another conspiracy theory involving population control of sorts, this one says that COVID is a fabrication by the media and global elite as a way to control the population through microchips and mask mandates. These have all been proven wrong many times, but the belief persists nonetheless, partly because of the distrust of government officials.
I got a solution.
That's what you said last time, dipshit.
I got a solution. You're a dick. South Carolina, what's up?
Nonetheless, COVID is a very real virus that everyone should take seriously.
Are you going to allow the government to tell you you have to wear a mask?
There is no evidence that wearing a mask will brainwash you. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable or dishonorable mentions. 9/11 truth. Conspiracy theories around this event continue to this day. Black Knight satellite. A NASA photo of space debris has been interpreted as an alien craft orbiting Earth. The Big Lie. Even after hand recounts and dozens of failed lawsuits, conspiracy theories about the 2020 election persist.
Tens of millions of Americans suspect this election was stolen from them.
It really was rigged against Donald Trump.
We have not seen fraud on a scale that could have affected a different outcome in the election.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. QAnon. What started out as a Pizzagate scandal on the website 4chan has devolved into a conspiracy involving pizza chains, sex trafficking, blood-drinking politicians, and former President Donald Trump as a savior.
But the most important defining characteristic about QAnon is that it is a political conspiracy theory. It's chiefly a pro-Trump one. QAnon followers consider President Trump their savior.
The theory went that the satanic elite would be outed by Trump and arrested en masse, but every prediction so far has failed to come true.
And Trump, who fanned the flames of Q, hasn't been in office in 10 months. Yet the wild theories that have helped fuel the movement live on, undaunted by logic, truth, or reality.
The claims have been a gift for Russian and Chinese state-backed media, which have happily amplified them.
Do you have any questions, Craig?
So does Oprah drink the same blood as Obama, or is it usually a different kid?
It's kids from all over the world.
Do you agree with our picks? Let us know in the comments. And hey, if you're a fan of the song playing right now, be sure to check out the music video for it right here.